Let me let this man. Let me let this Nazi continue doing what he's doing for now, and then when I get my chance, I go talk. We go see. We go see.
New year,
Yeah.
new mark.
Yeah,
Huh?
because
New year, new mark. Yeah.
No headphones.
I tried my best to be more reserved, you know.
I don't like this reserve marking now.
yeah, don't do that.
When people not acting like themselves, I feel up to something though. Right?
No, I just, you know.
Nah, you have a brand now, dog. You have a brand now. It's triple M to the finish, you know. You gotta keep doing it, dog. You gotta keep doing it. I don't even know. So we'll see. I don't know if you know the person who on YouTube is we talking about. Triple M is my favorite boy. Like, you know that person?
Yeah, that's my brother.
Okay. No, man. It's not somebody else, man.
That's my brother.
That's it, brother.
No.
Yeah. The man. Once the man see Mark on episode,
Ian.
he in one time.
No. Tell her this, you know. There's a new reserve here. I tried my best. I almost had to squeeze Rosary, I think, to deal with this stress that Lukaku bring on.
Hey, you gotta do the new year, new me. Say me though.
New year, new me. Same me though.
So that club day.
What's Mark, right? Your mentor has left a void in which I think you need to fill.
Who's that?
Welcome to another episode of the Trifactor podcast.
This podcast is for Trini football pionks and international ones, where we get to discuss all matters of football, both Trini and internationally.
If you are a football fanatic,
this is for you.
if you just stumble upon here by mistake,
Don't worry, God doesn't make mistakes. This is for you.
don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Most importantly, give us your feedback for future content that you might be interested in. On this week's episode, we'll be discussing
Nice episode. We'll be discussing Lukaku and his comments towards Chelsea and Thomas Tuchel. Who wants to start us off tonight, guys?
You.
Me?
You. Yeah,
You
you.
want me to start up? All right.
Yeah,
So?
yeah, you.
No problem. What I'll say to get the ball rolling is the timing of Lukaku's comments is questionable. Now, to the point where he's not playing, and he said his comments on the manager should try to fit him in, or he's looking for a solution to fit him in. I agree with that. I think Lukaku should start every game, especially with Pulisic, he score, and Havertz and them up front. I think that jokey compared to Lukaku. That's what I think. He should get the same amount of chances as those guys, right? You see, when Lukaku started pillow talk and his foot crossed and he on the phone talking about Inter, at this junction, that real weirdos. I didn't know where that come from.
Was it pillow talk? What was the pillow talk?
The pillow talk is I love Inter so much, and Lautaro, you don't come across here. I'll come back to you to finish my career, and the Inter fans are so great, and I love them so. And if I got a new contract, I would have stayed. Lukaku, your team trying to grind out results, bro. They need him whenever. You're not really. You're scoring in two games consecutively. I don't think the interview was done now, and they just bring it up. But dog, now is not the time. So one I'll say about timing, and two I'll say about professionalism in terms of talking about your coach and tactics during a season. That is real out of timing and unprofessional in my view. All right. Yeah, Angie.
Nah, let me hear the Chelsea. No, let me hear the Chelsea man too, because I've seen some Chelsea fan vitriol online as well. Let me hear.
Yeah, Chelsea man, Welbeck. The throw him already.
Let me hear.
Well,
I see a clip of my man burning a R9 shit. That was you?
Nah, yeah, money on.
Okay. I'm checking. All right. Up for now. We go see.
well, I see Lukaku. Is Lukaku? It's not easy to come and just accept disrespect, from people who support mediocre clubs, eh?
Okay.
I just had to say that.
Listen,
But
this is great. Go ahead.
No, but I just saying, but sometimes you gotta eat humble pie. Right, and that's probably no, well, that's what I say. That's probably the lesson Lukaku never learned. Now, in starting, I would say this: Romelu Lukaku came to Chelsea, right? We immediately make him the highest paid footballer at the club, right? 300 and something.
Right.
We give him assurances of games. Tuchel integrate Lukaku into a winning team, the team that won the Champions League. Right? He integrated Lukaku into that system.
Right.
Realized after 3 games it's not working out how he thought, and then switched to 3-5-2 in order to get 2 players next to Lukaku. Unfortunately, we don't have the profile of player that Lukaku needs to play with. After this, Lukaku got injured, and in coming back from injured, he got COVID. It beats me where Lukaku get time to be unhappy. It beats me. It beats me where Lukaku get time to find Inter fans better than Chelsea fans. The same Chelsea fans were singing your name after your first game. You understand? Or you understand how it feels to be a Chelsea fan? Now, it had people asking why Lukaku wasn't on the pitch. But the fact is the man was not fully fit. You have a coach that explained this to you and say, listen, we want to ensure that we can have you playing for the entire season, so I'll integrate you with minutes. And yet still, for some reason, now, I want to segue to say I don't even believe Lukaku is unhappy. I want to say that. I believe Lukaku is feeling pressured because of how he left Inter Milan. And somebody in his camp, obviously somebody without much sense, would have tell him that trying to pander to fans from a club you leave is a good idea. Because I don't know any footballer I'd work for. Once you leave in dubious circumstances, the fans at the team that you leave not going to like you. And I'm not sure what it is Lukaku tried to achieve. However, what we sure he achieved is stardom as being the foolishest man in world football right now. The single most stupid person in world.
But his entourage have denied any knowledge of this happening. So they're trying to make it out. So everybody's making it out to be. Listen, everybody is making it out to be he unsolicited, just went and find this man from Sky and say, hey, come into my house and do an interview. So
no, well, the thing is, to be fair, Rock Nation say they don't know anything about it. Right. The Chelsea management don't know anything about it. Right. The players don't know anything about it.
The agent don't know nothing about it.
Who know about it? Lukaku and his spirit. He have vibes. And he have to do this folly.
Yeah.
And you see, the thing is a constant set of self is a demolition job on self. A self-destruction that we just see in plenty African players. And I didn't want to bring it into a race topic.
I was trying not to go there tonight.
Plenty African players, this partake away is called self-destruction. Whether it be excessive partying, excessive whoremongering, who like to be with little girls and don't realize that they'll call them. And then you have the whole set that ego way inflated more than the skill. And I could call names. You have Romelu Lukaku first.
No. I thought you just say he's the greatest.
But I say he's the greatest.
How you go come and say now? How you go come now and say it's more inflated than what he actually is? He's the best.
I could still say he's the greatest. I could still back that narrative on him. But here, what he is great enough to make them comments by. If it's one thing you should understand is that Chelsea fans, they care about the team first. We are the first set of fans in the Premier League to throw a player under the bus. We don't care about that, brother. We booing Fabregas off the field after Fabregas get 18 or 19 assists a season. You just get out in Chelsea. You don't come Chelsea and do this nonsense.
I'm trying to think about who's a player that the fans back more than the manager and thing at Chelsea. Nobody?
In Chelsea, one player we had that the fans almost back more than the manager, and that was Eden Hazard. That was from the Chelsea days. Eden Hazard was the only player that get that flag.
You want to say this, me?
And I would ask about Lamps. But anyway.
No, but Lamps and the
Lamps was never
Lamps
against
was a teacher's pet.
Yeah. But Eden Hazard was the only player we had back over Jose Mourinho.
Yeah.
And then subsequently Sarri.
Sarri too, yeah.
When we're trying to get him to defend. Right? But I was saying, black players, Romelu Lukaku. Anybody could remember this fella, Saido Berahino? All could remember him?
Yeah.
All I know Saido Berahino is 28 years and right now he plays for MK Dons, I believe, right?
He's still only 28?
28 years, you know why? Because his ego was overinflated more than his skill. So you decide when you're in West Brom, you can bar talk the manager and you can bar talk the club. I don't like the weather.
Southampton or somewhere.
Alright, so I hear you, but this narrative is the racism that don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. So it's not only black players. Listen. Let me give you one example real quick. Right? Hey, one example real quick. There was a time where there was an international call-up, or was it something, and it had Mason Greenwood and Phil Foden, right?
Right.
Went out party and had girl and thing, and they get pictures with girl who was not their girl and they charm her and thing. Okay, yeah. And the media talk about who? Next thing you know, Phil Foden come back out next weekend with the girl's hairstyle. Nobody talking about the hairstyle. Pogba do a hairstyle. They talk about Pogba.
So
just to be clear. Hold on. I just saying, all right. I'm with you, except for it's only black players, black players have a tendency to do. Nah.
Andre, it's only black players worldwide that is engaged in this level of self-destruction. And I dare say, not only football, you'll find it in the NFL.
What I'll say to you is,
in the basketball.
No, what I'll say to you is,
in the NFL.
Hey.
Andre, let me tell you why. Using your perspective, Andre. You know why, Andre? Because at the end of the day, the black man have to work 10 times as hard. He doesn't have privilege. Sure. If you have privilege, you could be the Joey Bartons of this world, but you could say whatever you want, you could cuss who you want, and it will not destroy your career. That is why Saido Berahino is one of the best strikers in the Premier League playing in League One.
But then therefore you ascribe, hold on, but then I'm saying, but therefore you ascribe the problem to racism, not black people's behavior. Yes, the bar is higher for us incorrectly, so we should know better. But that doesn't mean you don't then turn and say black people have a tendency to do these things more. That's not true.
Self-destruct. We just engage in self-destruction.
So the self-destruction. So this is my segue now. So the self-destruction, you have to remember with the destruction, who is doing the destroying, right? So there's you're sabotaging yourself. You're sabotaging yourself by setting people up to destroy you, essentially. So here's my overarching take, right? My overarching take is I hate that the media know us so well, right? So I've been ranting about the media since I've been talking about football and writing blog and thing, right? There's always the media as we looking at them. Okay, so let me ask these three black brothers here.
So
hold on. You go ahead.
Please, let me just say,
yeah,
you just exert a level of brilliance, and I thank you because you're helping me make my point.
Okay,
you know this interview with Lukaku and Sky Italia was 3.5 weeks ago. And hear what these people do. These people wait till this man scored 2 goals. You know he thought this interview was coming out before, right? They wait till he scored 2 goals and he talk at the tongue. And look who's back. That's Chelsea's slogan.
Excellent.
But then guess what happened? Look who's black. Lukaku. You know why? Because we engage in self-destruction.
Alright, so I hate that they know us so well because, okay, 3 black brothers here, 4 of us. Have any of us seen the full interview?
No, I don't understand Italian.
Have you seen the whole interview?
Yes. No,
how long was that interview?
I actually watched 16 minutes of an interview. I believe it's 16 minutes.
Of that interview? Because I've been searching high and low, I can't find it. All I've been able to find at the time of this recording is a 2-minute clip. There's one 2-minute clip where you're actually seeing this brother talking in Italian and he's seeing the subtitles. Okay. I've been ranting about the media for ages because this is what they frequently do and I think is illegal. I don't know how it's legal. All right. All the things you're seeing, Fabrizio and whoever else on ESPN with Shaka and them talking whatever, they put in things in things in quotes. They put in things in quotes that he say, right? Yeah. But then you watch the 2-minute clip and the things that they say doesn't match up to what you just see the subtitles say. Right. So, for example, one of the narratives that have everybody foaming at the mouth and making the memes with him wearing Timbs and jeans again and things, right? One of the things is, Lukaku say he's not happy at Chelsea and he wants to go back to Inter. The man never said that.
Yeah, he didn't say that. You're correct.
He said he's not happy about the situation. In the situation in this moment. Yeah, and then the other thing he said was he wants to go back to Inter one day because he loves Inter and he hopes to do it before he's old so that he could still contribute to them winning trophies and things, right? All right. The missing part in this whole conversation. Okay, let me backtrack. Just to be clear, I see this as very ill-advised, yes, very, very amateurish. To think that, I'll say quite simply to the brother man, if you want to send a message to the Inter fans and talk about how you left on bad terms, pen an Instagram post and call that. Listen, put an Instagram post together and you're done. The fact that you go and talk to Sky, you have no control over what they splice together. You have no control over when it is released. You have no right. So that is the part. So the thing I'm going to blame Lukaku for is, brother, I don't consider it particularly unprofessional to try to assuage your former fans and try to tell them, hey, I left bad and things. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with saying you're unhappy. Look, players have said it many times. They're unhappy with not getting enough minutes. You have seen players who, through their representative, through their mother, Cristiano mother talking for him or kind of thing, whatever, right? You have players who, okay, you get the message out that you're unhappy with your current playing situation. Okay, none of those things are unprofessional. The part that was naive was all right, you told Sky though. You have no control over what happens from there. Okay. But the context that's missing from the conversation.
No.
Hold on. Let me say. All right, hold on. Let me say this one thing.
No, I don't want you to finish. I enjoy what you're saying.
But I don't want to finish. I just want to say one thing here, right? Which is the main thing that is missing on the context of this interview is this interview was specifically to assuage Inter fans, to tell them, I apologize for how I left. That is the entire point of the interview.
Yeah.
So when you look at the footage in the interview, it's showing his Inter jersey with the number of appearances, and it's all about trying to send a message to Inter fans. So that in the context of that, of course, the boy gonna talk all kind of thing about Inter was the greatest from my son, my mother, my thing. Right. Of course, he gonna say all kind of things for Inter. But then the part that is dishonest, and this is where the racism comes in, but we'll get there. But the part that's dishonest is, okay, what did he say that was anti-Chelsea?
No, that is what I'm going to tell you. Andrea, I just wanted to stick up and to say, you know where I saw the interview? Like I said, I don't understand Italy.
By the way, you had some of that clip, by the way. Some of that link.
It's on our Twitter. It's on our Twitter thread on that Chelsea blogger. So no, I'm not on Twitter, so we just click on our thread. So I'll go on our YouTube video and get on our thread. So here what went on. My guy, Thomas Tuchel, when he heard about the interview and was the next day, he was always an advocate for talking out against the media with misrepresenting and, and misinterpreting people. So Thomas Tuchel would come out and say, listen, I not jump into conclusions. We know he said an interview. It's not good for us. It is bring noise. But nothing wrong with that. We need to see what he say and if the twist in it, right? So the Chelsea bloggers who were first to jump to defend Lukaku, eventually part 1, then part 2, then part 3, then part 4, and with every part come out, they realize, listen, this is getting progressively worse. When you go to say, Inter fans are the best, right? And then you went on to say that you had intentions of joining one of the top clubs,
Oh, that one too, yeah.
and then you called 4 clubs.
All right, but here's no. I'm gonna interject right here. So something that I've seen often. This is from my time watching Serie A, which was plenty time. So it's in Italian. They like to use strong. Strong is the fourth, right? They use strong as an adjective for talk about important teams and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in. This is where I'm saying, look.
I'm going to put context for.
Listen, this is why I'm saying it is very important for me to see the damn interview, to see exactly what the subtitles saying versus what has been transcribed, and put quotes on it in tweets and threads. And I see a whole Reddit rant and men dunking on him, man, right? And when I see what they're linking to, is the same 2-minute clip I have, and it's just like that 2-minute clip don't cover none of this thing anyway. But it's just there's things that in translation, if transcribed incorrectly, say one thing when that's not what's being said.
Yeah.
For me, it's not hard to see what he was actually saying.
Bro,
But
I
keep
am
going.
saying I had to eat humble pie as soon as last week. Recent as last week, I ate humble pie. I sliced it up into nice small slices and I ate about 2. When I saw Jurgen Klopp interview after they lost, was the side they lost 1-0 recently?
I forget.
When Jurgen Klopp had the interview when they said he talked about how they play in the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And Leicester, I think it was, right?
Yeah.
When I listened to the interview for myself, I was
That's not what he say. That's not what he say, exactly.
Because I shared the clip.
Yeah.
But here what's going on with Lukaku, bro. When I say I was hoping that one of the big sides would come here, and then you say Bayern, then you say Barca, and you say Real Madrid, and things like that. You wouldn't go to Manchester City, How do Chelsea, a club this ambitious, a club that just win the Champions League, how do Chelsea and the fans feel about that?
Yeah, but as if he say that.
Where you went? No,
But as if you say that.
That's all right, guys. Now you guess me take on all of this. We have to say this, me.
just now, Andre, just remember,
Yeah.
Fabrizio Romano is Italian. Eh?
Okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the points.
One of the
I was
Chelsea
making.
bloggers is
But-
Italian. Eh?
But he's also a scatter. But he's also a scatter, as you yourself just say, he's a scatter.
Just now,
You like
just
Bacchus?
now.
He's a man that like to say, here we go, he excited, right? So that's all he's doing too at the same time. Right? Keep going, smooth.
Yes, me.
Sorry.
Yeah. For me, one of my questions was, what is Lukaku's upside here in doing this interview? Andre talked about the fact that he could have simply did a Instagram post. If he was so nostalgic and feeling bad about how he left Inter, just do a post and put it out there. What I think happened is probably 2 things. Sky Italia looking for some sort of bacchanal,
For sure.
and Lukaku so hungry, so desirous of an opportunity to say sorry to Inter in a way that he knows they will see and hear because it's Sky Italia, right? And he jumped at it. I think he jumped out at the opportunity. Now, the upside. What's the upside here?
Yeah.
I think he underestimated on 2 fronts. I think Rom underestimated one, how much Inter have moved on from him. Inter has not missed Lukaku.
No.
You see a lot of Inter fans on Twitter saying it. They got Dzeko to replace him, and it's like
It's Morata.
It's like Lukaku wasn't even there.
Morata say it.
Yeah, Morata's.
yeah.
Morata supposedly said.
So they don't miss him on the pitch. They definitely don't miss him off the pitch in terms of a commercial sense. So he underestimated that this club is probably really looking to get you back somehow. They don't. They have moved on. Beppe Morata has said it clearly. We have moved on. We do not miss him on the pitch. So I think Lukaku underestimated that. And I don't know if you all saw the banner of the Inter Ultras talking about him. They don't like him. They don't want him back there. I'm not sure Lukaku understands Italian fans and culture. The way he left the club, that not going down well and they don't want him back. He fooling himself with all this sweet talk and this with Lataro and all that. They don't want him back there.
Well, let me ask
So
you
he,
sorry, go ahead.
so I was gonna say that he underestimated that one. Secondly, he underestimated how Chelsea fans would have taken what he said. I think he didn't think it through. Things that Mark alluding to in terms of you're talking about bigger club, the biggest clubs out there and thing. He may be technically right, but hey, you just joined a club 6 months ago, who just won the Champions League. It's one of the biggest clubs in England, top 3, top 4, record signing, and you're saying these kinds of loose things. Now, like Andre said, I don't believe he went there to talk about Chelsea. I think it just came up, and he just got out of control with what he wanted to say, and he wasn't precise with his words. But the main thing he tried to do is try to sway Inter fans and apologize. It's like, you leave a girl or something, and you know you was wrong. You never had the chance to say you're sorry and all of that, and I get the chance now and I'm taking it. And he started his long
And you're on your honeymoon. You're on your honeymoon.
Yeah,
Well,
but at the same
time,
trying to win back Inter.
Oh, God.
He has pushed himself further away from Chelsea fans. So what is the upside here for him?
Right.
You know what?
I want to ask a question. Anybody ever know of a footballer that leaves in circumstances like this and in there to serve to the fans? No, it doesn't work.
No.
When you leave. That's in nature of fandom.
It probably have.
Hold on. Didn't Luis Suarez leave Liverpool refusing to? I think he was refusing to play and train and thing. I think
No, well,
it wasn't actually beautiful how he left.
No, but first he didn't. He wanted to leave, right? And when I bid the 40+1, didn't want to train.
Okay, yeah.
And Stevie G convinced him to stay next year and say I don't go Arsenal, blah blah blah. But Liverpool fans don't particularly.
No, what I'm saying. Now I'm just trying to think of an example of a player who didn't actually do good.
About who when the fans come back and say, all right, we
no, but bro, it have to do with. I'm not sure if you expecting fans to support you in our next club when you leave like that. Now Chelsea fans will support Eden Hazard because Eden Hazard stayed an additional season till the Chelsea fans put pressure on the board to let him go. Thibaut Courtois cannot say Chelsea name in a sentence without a Chelsea fan cussing him. They want no part of that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the difference. For example, David Luiz. We never backed David Luiz in Arsenal, but we ain't vexed with David Luiz.
Of course
he lived like an idiot the last year of the season. But here what David Luiz cannot do. He can't go in Arsenal and say, I think about Chelsea all the time. Look here, he will get it. You understand? That's what I say.
I think the fans look a lot at the circumstances surrounding the player's departure. Let me give you an example. If you didn't know, Morata, he had a spell before this spell at Juve.
Yeah.
Right? When Champions League final and thing. Right? Morata left Juve. He had the opportunity to stay, but he left, and you know why? He's a Real boy. Yep. He grew up in Real Academy, and he wanted to go back. Yep. He said that this is a dream for me. I'm a Real Madrid through and through, and I want to go back. Now Juve fans Real coast on him. He went, it didn't work out. He ended up at Chelsea, didn't work out. They bounced him at Atletico, it didn't work out. And look who take him back on loan now, Juve. And the fans embrace him. You know why? He fights for the shirt. And he was never disrespectful. Although he left in not so much of a lovely way. The first time, the fans understood this is his boyhood club and he wanted to go back. Now Barca coming after him. And it's the same thing. Now this time, he said yes to Barca on personal terms because Juve not going to buy him at the end of the season. Right. So instead of end up in like a man with no home, I'm going to take this chance now and go. So it depends on the circumstances, how the fans will treat you and stuff.
I can't think of a situation. I don't think I've ever seen a situation similar to this where a player now sign and talking about the ex.
It's really
it's kind of new. But I mean, I've definitely seen players. I mean, I've definitely seen players do things that are like, "Yo, why did you have this interview?" and stuff like that. But Mark, what I want all you to consider is the. So I know you say you've seen. I know you say you've seen something, right? So I want to see it because just because. All right. My issue with the media is they know us well. My issue with the media is they don't mind stoking racism to make a buck. They don't.
My thing is, Andre, how we saw it as Chelsea fans is in context. In terms of we had people breaking it down word for word from part 1 coming down, saying out the words, right? So that is on Jan Football Therapy.
Brother, where's the link?
Twitter.
You have the link. You have the link in all the chat. Send it to me.
No, I don't have the link there. I will get it from under his YouTube video. He's supposed to have a Twitter link.
Listen, the racism, right? This is the racism that they're stoking. So first of all,
wait, who's stoking this racism?
Right. So this is what I'm saying. I don't
find anybody stoking.
Listen, I'm saying.
Yeah, me feeling racist if it's like that.
The media is.
Let me just change my jersey, please.
You find it true.
So. Nah, here if I don't show, nobody on no show.
Buy a show jersey.
Yeah, nobody on no show there.
Man, change
I have a show. Don't worry, I will get a show. I will be the first person when I show in the country.
So by how the media is complicit or how the media is stoking is by basically they're doing a bunch of almost like YouTube reaction videos to quotes that are not actually what he said.
Right.
And that is where what they're doing is they're playing with the idea of look, they're making a narrative of look at how ungrateful he is, look how whatever, right? Where look, it is irresponsible. Look, there's a running joke in a chat I have with Osei, where once we know a black player do something, we joke about the monkey signs coming out, the monkey emojis coming out, right? It is irresponsible to Yes, you want to sell your clicks. Yes, you want to do your thing. But okay, if you know how the temperature around black players and their behavior is sky high. Marcus Rashford have a bad game. They go talk about instead of feeding kids, you gotta feed yourself, you monkey, right? Immediately, right? So it's just you know what the temperature is at the very least.
Bad habit with that too. Sorry, go ahead.
Let me not talk about niggas, which anyway. You already know.
Single most in England to fight racism.
You already know what the temperature is. The reality is like you almost have a responsibility to know if you're gonna critique something, at least make sure it is you're giving people the information, and then you critique that. I watch not Shaka Hislopper, but the fellow who is wearing glasses on ESPN. That's like he's the old school one. Steve. Yep. I watch him going off, and I'm like, dog, look what you going off on. It's not even true. You going off on old thing, and he went off on the idea that he's saying he's unhappy at Chelsea and he wants to leave and go back to Inter thing, and it's like that is not what happened. So now you have hold on. But now you have fans, right? But now you have fans. Now you have fans responding to a reaction video that is not actually based on what actually was said. Right? Anyway, so what I'm saying is hold on. Let me just make the racism point. What is racism is you see it all the time. The presumption of this caricatured dummy, bad guy, unprofessional, whatever is so easy to believe. You don't even need all the facts to believe. Yes, I know he did it. Because it's the same thing I heard about a rumor when he was at Manchester United. He leaked a thing. And it's the same thing I hear about. So it's just okay.
He was the leaker. He was the reward leaker.
That's apparently right. So it's just I am not seeing. So fair enough. You have seen. I am not seeing. So look. I am not seeing. So I've seen ESPN do a video, and what they have is quotes that are not real. I've seen Fab.
So Fab have brown quotes.
I see. Yeah, I see. Fab put a quote that was like that, but that's not what was in that. In the one clip I have, all I have is one clip. Yet in that one clip, I can already disprove like 6-7 articles.
Andre, I like your argument.
This
But
man,
wrong
mama
place
guy,
and time.
I'm to this man, baby.
Wrong place and time.
I looked at most of the quotes, and I could tell you the synopsis is, if I was a Chelsea fan,
That's it. You can't blame them.
it's disrespectful.
It's disrespectful. It is.
Because
It is.
you're contracted at a club you just joined 6 months ago. You cannot be saying, for example, he said, if Inter had offered him a new deal, we would be doing this interview right now.
No, it's not the time for that.
You don't say that now.
Just to be clear, I am not I have not publicly defended Lukaku in any way because
I get you to say, yeah.
because I think the whole thing is stupid. I think it's stupid.
Yeah.
All right, but do I think it's worth the level of vitriol I'm seeing? Absolutely not.
You don't know.
I understand.
So the level of vitriol would suggest he actually came out saying, I want to leave Chelsea tomorrow, though. I want to leave. This club is garbage. It's nothing compared to these three. Like,
Andrew, you have to understand, and you're right where you say the media plays on it. Fans are on a hair trigger at all times.
yeah, I hate it first. I hate it first because this is what they think of us, and they're right.
So OC, I'm gonna say that's what Andrew's problem is. Andrew's problem is that he have to accept that this is yet another black person doing dumb skit.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bro, I am a Chelsea fan.
Yet another person. It's not only black persons that do dumb things. So
I agree, but you are saying
I'm
this black person, this black.
Right,
I am saying as a Chelsea fan, what Romelu Lukaku do hurt me.
I hear.
Because Chelsea buy Lukaku. Lukaku was one of these signings that we get after wanting a player so long. You can imagine as a Chelsea fan. Bro,
I remember. We have footage of you self talking about they can't wait. Like if that's the ideal signing for all your kind of thing.
I kiss the badge. He
kiss every badge though. Like, we have pictures of him kissing every badge.
Yeah, I didn't think he promised you for that too.
He wanted too bad to say what he wanted to say to Inter fans, but he wanted.
You say it right, but Smith hit it right on the head. It's like, but dog, what's the upside? What you trying to do? What's the point?
I remember Adebayo making comments about Inter Milan. How she like Beyonce and like it was true at that time, but come on, what do you expect?
Which Adebayo, the white one?
No. What?
I don't understand that one. What do I mean?
I just saying. Look at the people that is engaged in that kind of career detriment.
Really? But you could see Rom was trying too hard, but when you read through the tweets, you could see he was trying too hard. He could have said what he said in one sentence, 1 or 2 sentences. But when you're talking about you're watching Inter games, you watch all the games, you don't miss a game.
Mine is Milano.
Yeah, and Lautaro and come on.
He was
real peloton.
But again, just keep in mind, right? The intention of this thing was to do that, right? He
went too deep.
His whole point was to come out here and sweet talk Inter. All right, it's stupid. It is stupid. But so the example I try to give Osei is, all right, look at what Harry Kane did after this Euros that just happened. Right? And he waited until after the Euros. Yeah. Right? When the season about to start.
Mm-hmm. Right.
With a new coach.
Right.
And what he looked to do? Derail the whole thing.
No.
He went to Gary Neville. He went to Gary Neville talking about he went to that Gary Neville talking about he's an ambitious fellow that wants to make sure he going after trophies and he wants to make sure the club is aligned with trying to do things to make sure we win and things.
You're correct. But Andre, you're wrong. This is the wrong context.
I made it wrong.
I'm going to tell you why. Because Harry Kane.
Because you're white.
No. Because last season, Harry Kane got an assurance that if he stay for one more season, the club would either do two things. The club would improve for him or they'll allow him to leave. Lukaku got assurances that he will be playing.
Lukaku got assurances that the team would build around him. No, I have Osei is the evidence, right? Osei has 7 texts in our WhatsApp thread talking about why is Lukaku not starting. I have a Twitter thread. Listen, I have a Twitter thread where every time Tuchel doesn't start him, I just reply to the same tweet and just say, Thomas, what you doing? Thomas, what you doing? And I was linked to article where Conte say Tuchel don't know how to use Lukaku. Right?
Conte did say that. But Andre, I am aware that the Trifactor podcast is also media, brother. And you are spinning things. You're doing
what am I spinning?
Lovely spin bowling.
What am I spinning?
I'll tell you this. Yeah, what I'm sure about. You see, that fella called Osei, he's an Arsenal fan. You understand? So credible information we don't get from them. You understand? They just watch football and enjoy it. You understand? They just
this is what Arsenal play.
And hope to win the league.
Hey, I see a.
We had to doubt the credibility.
Hey, I see a Arsenal man do a thread where you say Arteta. Here's how Arteta is just as good as Pep as a manager.
That's right.
I see a full thread.
So you see, you understand that, and I am saying that my coach Thomas Tuchel came out and he had the discussion with Lukaku. He even said it in one of our pressers that he is going to manage those guys' time. Right now, he managing N'Golo Kante time.
When they're done, I'll reply.
He managing Mateo Kovacic time because they are our most important players. So he managing them. After Lukaku,
I'll let Osei respond first.
Sick with COVID, and that was the problem. When you're playing 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something, the man managing you, as soon as he was fit enough to start, he gets to start. And we see the rewards of that.
That is not true, but go ahead, Osei.
Mark, and I'll tell you, right? When Tuchel and them play the food, right? That was only a top challenge for the league. When you play with your food, that one is top challenge for the league. Don't manage man time. If man fit enough to be on the bench, play them. Because Timo Werner and Pulisic, no matter how much they run, they will never be as good as a 75% Lukaku on the field.
I can agree with you on that.
And every time I ask why Lukaku not starting, I'm 100% serious, right? Because
but every time you ask, I can tell you with 100% certainty, he is not fully fit.
I know you
want to understand all this.
Apparently,
100% fit with footballers.
Because apparently Lukaku disagrees. Apparently Lukaku disagrees because Lukaku went and yes he did.
Bro,
yes, he did.
3 weeks ago, when he doing interview in COVID isolation, he was
every top athlete would tell you that they never 100% fit.
I know about that. That's toxic.
Me, what's true? I am not at Thomas Tuchel's level. But I will tell you this, Timo Werner, unless he just running the wing and trying to support and keep men out on the wing, not only starting as no lone striker. And that's purely as a football fan, because I watch football as a football fan first and then as an Arsenal fan. But go ahead, sorry.
What I was going to say is,
that's me.
It's you here. What I'm hearing from Lukaku is not that he wasn't really playing.
I'm telling all of that. It's not that.
Lukaku seems to be saying, I'm not being fit into the team and the coach is not fitting the system around me. Right. I don't know if he was promised that. But he said the coach decided to play a different way.
System, yeah.
You correct me.
So then...
but hold on, Mark. Let me finish.
Yeah, so then the argument of him being fit and him not being in the squad and him on the bench and stuff, that's secondary, you know. Lukaku wants to see the team built around him, the attack built around him.
I agree with you, but I don't think it's secondary. Like, the bottom line is players want to play. So he's saying obviously I can't play if the team is going to be structured in a way that is not going to be about like my strength. It would make sense why I would get benched. So that's why he kept saying I'm a professional. I'll have to work and blah 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 blah.
Fears will say something, and I noticed it in the first game, and he had a brilliant game, but it was against Arsenal, right? Romelu Lukaku is not a post-up striker.
No,
And that's
that's
where,
never. That's
and
never.
that, wait now, Mark. You get. I bowling this ball for you, Mark. I bowling this ball for you.
But all right,
ball
all
for
right.
you, Mark.
All right.
And
I see it here.
Tuchel playing like that for how much game, Mark? The first three games, and see what? That is not his strength.
That is not his strength. And Conte say after the third game, there's no way to do it.
And that's what I'm saying. But for me, the main point is, and I'm not a coach, according to Andre.
I'm not a coach.
Romelu Lukaku should start every game once he's at least fit enough to be on the bench for Chelsea. Because he's better than Pulisic, and he's better than Timo Werner.
And Kai.
And Kai Havertz, because I don't know who's that guy right now.
My question is, Osei, to you and to Mark, who's a Chelsea fan. Was Lukaku ever benched just because tactical reasons?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
So
That's
then,
what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, hold on. Let me answer this, please. Hey, Mark, let me answer this, please. Let me rewind this tape. You yourself say there was fitness issues first, right? And he was trying to work him based on the load and his minutes and thing. And then he get COVID. Right. And then as soon as he was back to fitness is when he get played or something, so right?
Yeah.
Okay. How come there were 4 games I count? Because I was counting it because of FPL. Where Lukaku was back on the team, but on the bench. There were 2 of them that he made no appearance.
Yeah.
And like 2 of them where he gets some minutes. Right?
All right. So do this for my Andre. In the 2 games when he made no appearance, check how much people was on Chelsea bench.
No,
because you see what people don't understand. And it's easy for us to go away in a tangent because you taking the interview wrong too. I don't think Lukaku had no issues with his minutes. Let me just carry all back.
I agree.
Sorry days and
I don't think it's in minutes.
So?
No,
I don't think it's in minutes.
In
It's not in
sorry
minutes.
time in Chelsea, fellas. In sorry time, he played N'Golo Kante injured for a whole half of a season. That was compounded by when Lampard came. In the beginning, Lampard played him right through. And since then, we have N'Golo Kante injury prone.
Can't catch yourself.
The whole of Chelsea team, you know what Chelsea management do since then? We decide that we'll have cover and we will rotate people to ensure longevity. N'Golo Kante, you will not know when N'Golo Kante is 100% fit because he don't play all the minutes of the game. Although he's Chelsea's best player still, right? The same applied to Romelu Lukaku. On 2 occasions, he had to go on the bench because Chelsea had 9 injuries with COVID, but Chelsea have a deep squad. So Chelsea had 6 players out with COVID and 3 injuries, right? So Romelu Lukaku went on the bench in case of emergency. When you listen to Thomas Tuchel press conference, we hope we don't have to play him this game. And then he played him for 10 minutes, then for 20 minutes, and then he gave him a half, and then he played a whole game.
But Mark, he's a bright fellow, and a little disappointed eating all this teeth, right? He's a bright fellow. You're watching football a long time. You see. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Good.
Before you start to sing my praises, let me just put one more counter position. As not good as Timo Werner is, as not good as Kai Havertz is, as not good as Pulisic is,
we're talking about Champions League.
And you want to say things. You know what them fellas do? Them play and win a Champions League. Yeah. When Lukaku do that.
All right. So,
Mark, wait. What Mark something? Mark, right? They won the Champions League, right? How would you rate those guys' performances this season, Mark?
Kai Havertz injured most of the season. Timo Werner was never good. I mean, he playing like how Timo is play. Timo is a 100-meter runner. That's Timo Werner. That's what he is.
The performances that Kai has played. How would
He's
you
not
rate the
fit. He's not
performance?
fit either. He's not fit.
So that's something called out.
You give men passes on if the quote unquote not fit.
But OC,
The man
But
playing
you
the
know,
game.
say
The man
Kai's
playing
a-
90
You
minutes.
saying that,
Like,
dog.
What
you
kind
trying
of
to make
truck?
the bar talk my side on TV?
What kind of truck you say Kai is, Mark?
I can't be shocked. It is what it is. I'm not defending that. He's a
Well,
garbage truck.
don't talk about fitness.
That's
I
all I
talk
say,
about
man.
fitness.
The man had to play weekend because Mr. Big Mouth want to talk.
Listen.
Why do I have
You want to say all kind of things.
All right,
Lukaku
but-
balls?
What I was saying though, Mark, is all right, you're watching football a long time, he's a bright fella and thing. When Harry Kane injured, so you have to think about say talking about it. What is Lukaku's position on his side? All right? You think about Kante, I like that you bring up Kante. You think about Jorginho as well, whatever, right? Important players to our side. Yes, you have load management and things like that. But the fact that Lukaku only got on the field, and Tuchel said it himself. Tuchel said it's because of COVID and the squad so depleted, they had no choice but to play him because he was the only one who recovered enough from COVID and thing. The fact that your marquee signing, right, had to struggle that much to get his load management in. You're watching football a long time, dog. You see Fatberg mash up your two knee. You just bring back this star man. Listen, if you start him, you take him off by 50 minutes. Or you start him, you come off at halftime. Or you bring him on for a whole half. Or you don't carry on with this thing. Hold on. Hey, listen. But listen. You don't switch your tactics back to where you do the previous season without him and play your game that way. That's not what you just do when you're load managing players.
So Andre, Tuchel would have said that Lukaku did talk to him and he was trying to find a way to play him to suit his strengths, right? After he rightfully received criticism for using him wrongly. And since he's back, we're seeing that. I am saying, when you do an interview with Sky Italia, when you quarantine in because of COVID restrictions, I don't know how you can have an issue with not playing. Unless you go over a league like a
It was when he was quarantined.
Well, based on them saying this 3 weeks ago. Based on them saying it was 3 weeks ago.
That is when he do it. And you see people not understanding that. And the thing is, my boy was injured before. He get tackled in a bad game. And he was injured before. He didn't even come back from that. He didn't play a game.
At game 7,
No. Hey, he came back, but he was on the bench.
For emergency purposes.
No, he was on the bench. Hey, listen, I don't watch Chelsea close enough, right? But I'll tell you, I bet you, if I go and look, because Timo will get injured too, right? Timo has gotten injured since he's been at Chelsea, right?
Yeah.
I want to go and watch his load management. I want to go and watch how he was brought back into the side. All right. But I want to look out. All right, go ahead.
Let me push back a little.
Mischief.
If you're 95 million pound,
Yes.
striker, can't make. You tell me the Prem win. You tell me if you're not going to play Lukaku. It have 2 points on me. You say in the Prem, when postpone a game, if you can't feel enough players. And two, if you're not going to play him, why put him on the bench?
So the thing is, Osei, I like your questions. And this is the same question Chelsea was asking the league. I don't know if you remember, I posted them in the group. How come Chelsea with the most COVID positive cases outside of Brighton, why we not get games postponed?
I don't know.
Because one, they find the team good enough. Because somebody could sit down and watch and say a team good enough, so you could do it out 6 to 9 players. So we didn't get games postponed.
Lack of fitness like everybody else. Everton fake and get 2 games off. Still lost. Man, you fake and get 2 weeks off.
Brighton rest for 3 games, then come and play Chelsea and get a draw and everybody clapping. But I could clap on our team staying down for 2 weeks with 3 COVID cases. Because they want to talk about the internal politics involved and the UK war with Russia. It had to be. They don't like Russia, right? I could say that.
I know enough to banter on this one. I know enough about what the number of cases and thing was.
But okay, that's just what it is.
I just think us with Timo and Pulisic and them, man.
Timo didn't play that much this season either. Timo was injured plenty.
Brother.
Havertz then. Havertz? Who does play in all the false nine?
Havertz.
With men like he, Lukaku had to have a splint on the foot and running and thing, boy.
No, we are
toxic,
man. Not after.
Bro, I grew up in the era where men say, hey,
nah, you toxic.
Where coaches say, oh, see, yeah, they drag you off the field and you can't come.
And that's it. I was not going to bring up that point. The era is real change. The point Andre bring up in terms of with R9 and thing.
Yeah.
Them days gone.
That was for effect.
It's a scientific era now.
Yeah.
Nah, but that was for effect. Even recent history though. Even recent history now is even without knowing the details, just as a football fan, Mark and Smee, it's clear that this is not just load management. And yes, we want to throw in COVID happened to happen at the same dog. We've seen marquee signings and how they get reintegrated back into the squad and things like that. It doesn't look like this. It does not look like this. So I still have anyway.
And Andre, I go tell you, that's why Lukaku talk about boy. Only disrespecting the man. Only treating the man like a under 14 man coming on the bench right through. The man is a big player. The man is a big player. You treat them like a under 14. Come on the end of the bench.
So he trying to bully Tuchel.
The man do a prime rest in peace Kobe interview. Now Phil's got to play me, man. Got to pass me. This has only happened in the NBA with a 5 men on the court at one time. That what Lukaku tried to do. That's what I think.
You failed miserably.
I don't know what that man was thinking. But hey, Mark, I think you were gonna say something that Harry Kane was different. Harry Kane's situation was different, right?
Different.
No, you say it was because of the assurances. The assurances. But Lukaku also had assurances apparently. But what else? Why was the vitriol for Harry Kane and his behavior where he was tweaking for anybody, Manchester City, Manchester United, whatever? so much so that he started with this honeymoon with this long, elongated way. I was making jokes. The man showing up for work bay back and thing, right? It was obvious Harry Kane was not up for the game, and he actually showed it on the field. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing properly, right? How come the vitriol for that?
For me,
how come the vitriol wasn't there?
I don't think it's a racial thing. I think it's two things for me. One,
what do you think?
One, everybody know what he was promised, right?
Okay.
They said he could leave according to, based on how the season went and stuff.
Yep.
Two, no Spurs fan can talk to Harry. After what Harry do for Spurs and what he went through, you can't fight him. Now, it was unprofessional. You could fight that. You could say, nah, you didn't look for him there and so on. But in terms of his desire to force a move, you can't fight him.
So Andre, after a fella starting our academy and then scored 228 goals for a club, right?
Marco just elaborate on what I mean by
of course,
you can't fight
but
him.
Be correct, but they have to understand me that this fella scored 228 goals for a club, and the club then use that as leverage to improve your team. You still have an owner playing footsie with the funds in Tottenham Hotspurs. So much so that my boy reached the last year of his contract, and you, the owner, meets with him and say, hey, one, you renew so that we could sell you for money. So he being loyal to the club, we could sell you for more money because you're in the last year, so we could get some money for you. Two, when you renew, you have a higher value. And just stay for the season, and we'll see if we can make something to compete in Europe.
No, we hire Jose and thing, and that's what was part of the plan and thing, and then they fire Jose.
It did not work out. When it did not work out, I don't know what you expect Harry Kane to do. That is downright you betray a man.
Wait, so when it do work out, you go on Gary Neville TV show, playing golf and talking about you want a club that would actually win trophies. That's not bad.
That was part of it. That was what was promised.
You're right.
But that is not the same unprofessional that we're talking about.
I say that. I say he was unprofessional.
So I hear you. I hear you on the context of look, Lukaku hasn't paid his dues with Chelsea, so it is rather fresh for him to do this. However, the behavior is the same. The behavior is the same. That is, why are you going in the media and talking about your business? Why are you going on Instagram and talking about your girl, your ex, and your next? What are you doing?
The thing is, Bertrand, first thing, that was still Harry Kane girl. That wasn't the ex. He could buy a turkey girl if he want.
No.
Right?
He go on Instagram and saying he want a real baddie, right? You don't want nothing like what you have right now. He go on Instagram doing that.
Well, then it's for the girl to decide, hey, I ain't taking that kind of talk and
not leaving.
Go straight. But you what you tell him?
But you're not
going nowhere.
But you're not what you're not clarifying for me is okay. But why is it that? So listen, remember, Lukaku is not just getting punked from Chelsea fans. This is all sections of the media punking him for the unprofessionalism of it. Right? I'm saying to you, listen to me. So listen, I didn't start this saying, oh, it's racism. Like, that's not the point. The point is, okay, here it is. The reaction to what is happening with this player, right, has something that is extra. It's flavored by something. So I understand Chelsea fans being mad about one part of it. All right. The amount of jokes I seen from Man U fans, Steve Nichols going off on the unprofessionalism. This man want to go. Okay, where was that for Harry Kane?
Nobody.
Listen, it have men. Hold on. It have Gary Neville calling out Lukaku, and then men calling out Gary Neville used the man who interview Harry Kane. Right?
So Andre, I understand whatever Pan-African side to get at that theory from there. That conspiracy dog.
I was going with my colors, though.
I Nigeria shit.
Yeah, not Nigeria shit, but I was going with like Dr. Uma. I was going with everything.
It's not lining up.
Nah, it's lining up.
One, like I tell OC and them, yeah, what? I would have loved this to be an Arsenal player. For me to have to kill them. I would have absolutely killed them.
Yeah,
if it was a Man U player, I would have killed them. If it was a Juve player, I kill Smith. That is what's going on. Unfortunately, no fault of our own. Spurs have no fans. What we going to do about that? You laugh at what? You laugh at yourself? Harry Kane and all not that humorous, right? So it have nobody to banter off. And then the next thing is, if Harry Kane went looking for no media, the media come asking Harry Kane why you're not training. But Romelu went looking for the media.
Brother man.
That's
garbage. That's garbage. That last body.
Let me get an advocate for Harry now, and it's along the same lines of actually doing things for Tottenham. He tried to force tree move, but it's like, all right, in everything you get where you negotiate. Like you always say, Andre, Harry Kane should not have negotiated. Exactly.
He signed a life contract. He signed a life sentence. Don't do that.
That's your problem. You ain't have no prenup, so you can't leave us. Right? That's your problem. Right? And the thing is, Lukaku ain't do nothing. He now get married. And you're about talking like on Twitter.
Listen to her. Just to be once again. So just to be clear earlier, and just to be clear now, I'm gonna say the same thing again. Just to be clear, the man is dumb. He deserves some pong, but the pong has taken dog. I go and search Google and see the Reddit thread that going off. Go on Twitter, search Lukaku, and see the threads that going off.
These guys live fit, and we talking about it.
I think it's because it's out of nowhere, boy.
Nah, boy.
It's really out of nowhere now.
It's out of nowhere.
Nah, boy.
It's out of nowhere.
It's also because it's the first time anybody ever see something this way.
Nah, boy.
You ever frustrated, eh? Let me be advocate for Lukaku now. Don't be advocate for Lukaku.
Don't do that.
You realize something too, eh?
Yeah,
it's January, yeah? And if you notice what Fab is do, Fab is a transfer man, we know that. Fab capitalize not when he tweet not happy with the system.
Yeah.
You know why? Because Fab looking to create a transfer
speculation.
A transfer snowball. He looking to raise people ansness in terms of it's January.
And that's
it for some move.
The first thing I said is I hate that they know us so well. They know us so well. They know that once they drop a little thing here and start, they show up with a red face, they vex, they so vex, but as soon as the camera gone off, them men chilling, huh? But they vex and the thing. They know they will have fans going off for weeks, months. I seen our friend here, Candy, right? Candy going off, like get him out to the club and thing. It's just okay. The way I see it is, like I said, the only thing I have a problem with is I am positive, Mark. I don't care what you tell me. I am positive that 90% of the people haven't actually even seen what he actually said. I am positive that 90% of the people are going out for the right are the quotes by Fab and thing like that. All right, that's one. But then my other real problem is now I know I'm not here in full Dr. Umar Garb saying is racism, but what I am saying is no, there's a tinge to this that is very excessive. It reminds me of got two players on England who the real MTV cribs-ish with their money, how they spend money, right? That two players. There's two players I always think about. Not Grealish. I always think about. No. It's Madison. I always think about Madison and Ryan Sterling, right?
Yeah, I'm still
okay.
Madison. Yeah.
But look how much. So what this reminds me of, for some reason, but we know the reason, is okay. Look at how much ink and paper space Raheem Sterling get for his lifestyle. And what he buy in mother and thing, versus how much you see with Matters. Granted, Matters playing for Leicester, he's not as high of a profile as Sterling has become now. But you just look at the amount of columns that they put for it, right? Yeah. And as a man that has been ranting about the media for the longest, I don't like that. I feel as if what they're doing is, okay, they're tapping into, there's a whole economy of rage against Negroes, though. So there's a part of it that is, all right, I'm not going to say anything explicitly racist, but I know if I tee this up, all the deplorables going to come out. All of them coming out, and they're going to put gold chains around his neck and edit a picture showing him doing that while he's talking. Yeah, gold.
I know doing that. OC doing that.